Welcome to Lubrication Across the Nation, presenting you with unique stories and conversations from across the country. We're always discussing things like working in the trades, sciences, and of course, art. But there's a lot more involved as well. So make sure to listen in. And it's all brought to you by Dynamic Green Products, DGP, bio-based, zero compromise. This next conversation, I had a really cool opportunity to sit down with Amanda and Tom at the Paul Bunyan Show in Ohio. A few years ago, Amanda and Tom decided to give up suburbia and decide to live off grid in the woods of New York. Life that some people would say these days is simpler, but I think they would agree it's definitely not easier.
We are back here at the Paul Bunyan Show in the DGP booth with another Slick Minute. See that? Yeah, Slick Minute. You like that? All right. I just came up with that a minute ago.
Nice.
So, no pun intended on that minute ago. I am joined right now by Amanda and Tom. Thank you so much for joining me over here. I know that you've had a long day.
Oh, yes.
Sure. Well, and a long, I guess, couple of days because you traveled all the way up or down from New York.
Yep.
And then we're out here in the heat all day. So
just making our rounds.
Yes, coming out of the woods.
Yep. Literally.
So tell us a little bit about, speaking of New York and travels, where you're from and what brought you there, what you guys are doing up in New York.
Well, we're from Western New York, born and raised, and, lived in the suburbs and got sick of that life, so we just bought land and said, well, now what? And then, after a couple of years, we got a chainsaw mill. Oh, this is fun. Okay, got a bandsaw mill. Okay, this is fun. And then we just kept leveling up, and that's our life now.
And how long has it been?
So we moved into the woods about 5 years ago.
Okay.
We bought a sawmill 3 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Gotcha. And you guys are very active. I know I followed you on social for quite a while now. In fact, it was kind of funny when I came on with DGP. Scott was saying, telling me, and you got to make sure you follow these folks and these folks because we work with them. And when you mentioned y'all, I was like, oh yeah, no, I've followed them for a while now.
Really? That's really cool.
So yeah, I lived in Washington for quite a while, up in the woods out there. So
yeah.
So I'm like when I see you guys doing your work, I was like, every time I'm like, man, I need to get back to there. That's what I need.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. I know. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I don't think I could go back to, electricity and running water.
So was there like a catalyst to that as far as making that move?
Honestly?
Yeah, I'll take this one.
Yeah, yeah.
I was a professional tattoo artist working in a small college town. I was commuting like an hour and 10 minutes from where we were living.
Ouch. Okay.
Yeah, so, and then we just found a property that was 20 minutes from where I was working, and it just happened to work out.
I didn't even know, I obviously knew we were going to move off grid, but it wasn't until the first night there. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it wasn't
real.
It wasn't like the goal was to move off grid or whatever. It's just like, this is a place we can afford. This is like a cabin we can turn into a livable space.
Mm-hmm.
And,
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so we've just been doing that.
Yeah, and then you add on as you go.
Exactly.
So there's different things. Like I know you, not too long ago anyway, you were working on expanding out where you had your firewood storage and everything.
Yep.
So you're constantly always working on those projects and improving those little things to make life a little easier.
Yeah, it's nothing but a learning process, and a lot of people, like our friends, would be like, well, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? I'm like, well, we're still figuring this out, okay?
Yep.
Yeah. And then that failed, and then we try again. And we don't have flat land. We live on a hill too, so that plays a big thing. With that wood shed we just built, we had to build it into the hill,
Oh yeah.
So it's not
nothing's level.
Yeah, it's not level, but it will hold the firewood, and it holds me. I do pull-ups on it all the time.
Nice. Right on. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I remember that from just not too long ago. And Tom, what would you say is one of the biggest hurdles that you've had to go through in this process?
Honestly, trying to adjust her to it because I feel like I'm built for it.
Yes.
I don't know. I can go.
Yeah, he's a woodsman.
Yeah. I'm just comfortable.
I am too,
Sure.
but he doesn't need creature comforts whatsoever. He could literally live in a cave with nothing. And I'm like, well, I want to take a shower.
Take a bath.
Right, yeah.
You can take a shower. So it's
just the simple things.
Yeah.
Right. I do have a working shower. I take showers.
Yeah. We don't
Let's
we don't want
establish
that going
that.
out there. Yeah. But yeah, the simple things, just those creature comforts that you don't normally have. It's kind of like when you go camping and you miss that. You're like, I can't wait to get home to get a shower.
Yeah, so we don't have water on hand all the time. We don't have like a deep well or anything like that. It's reliable, so like water is a big issue. That's probably the biggest hurdle, really.
Yeah.
It's just water.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it's nice because, like, whenever I have my mental breakdowns, I can just go off in the woods and scream.
You can
There
take
you
that
go.
part
And no
out.
one hears me.
Yeah, I'll make sure to just, that'll be right out. That's, 4 minutes and 50. Flip that out for the highlight reel. All right.
Yes.
So with coming here to the show, obviously, you're here and you've been a supporter of DGP for a while now. And when did you first come into the world of DGP? Like, how did you find out about it?
Well, he actually told me about it. And I was like, oh, yeah, that stuff is cool, but, like, we'll just grab whatever is at the store, whatever is convenient. Honestly, I was one of those people where I was like, bar oil doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And then
Yeah.
Scott reached out to me, and I was like, oh, my gosh. And then I tried it, and that just changed everything,
Yeah. It's a night and day difference. Like I told him before, like our saws, they don't get as hot as they used to, which is a huge deal.
Yeah, you guys do a lot of cutting.
A lot of cutting, and we do like the Alaskan milling, so it's a lot of high RPMs for extended periods of time.
Yep.
And yeah, that's a lot of wear on a saw, and it definitely makes a difference.
Right. And that's a retired saw, too, that we use for the chainsaw milling. So
Yeah,
you got to treat it nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It lived its life as a tree service saw, and then we picked it up for cheap. So
Yeah,
It's
well,
been
but
abused.
that's part of the. I mean, that's part of what you guys are doing, and you're not like out there buying everything you can to make it as nice as you can without
Right.
having to put in the work. So
Right.
you're
so
trying to
we
save
do it
here
the
and there.
opposite way.
Yeah,
we,
literally the
we try to
opposite.
do everything we can
Yep.
for ourselves, and then like only spend money when we have to.
Yes.
Well, which is amazing. I mean, that's the way it should be. Honestly, it's
Yeah,
it's the
it's
way
made
you
me
can do it.
really frugal, though.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, like, I becoming almost like a hoarder. Like,
Oh yeah, we're definitely hoard wood
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
like, you drive by, and it's just all different piles of wood, and it's all, like, organized some way, somehow. And then if 3 years go by and we don't use it, then we'll maybe burn it. But most of the time, we use it.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's better to have it.
Exactly.
Well, and it's wood. It's like you said. Like if you don't use it, you can still burn it. It's not like
Right.
it goes bad
Yeah.
somehow that way.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, well, unless it's really long.
So, and that's funny, too, because also when it does go bad that way, when it's so rotted, the wetlands, we have so many salamanders, toads, frogs, and they live in all that. So I'm just like, win-win. Like, yeah, we may
yeah.
have wasted a little bit of time, like, or fuel or whatever doing this, but hey, they get to live in
It's
it
more
now.
habitat. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a double use. I love that. And so, now with the DGP, you mentioned, Tom, that you noticed right off the bat a difference. What kind of differences were you noticing?
Well, mostly the temperature thing, but the other thing was like blow by on oil, like flying off the bar. If it gets getting hot and stuff like that, we don't get that a lot anymore, which is huge because like. Especially if you're like doing carpentry and stuff, which we do a lot of building with a chainsaw.
Right.
So we'll end up with like splattered bar oil on everything when we use like cheaper petroleum oils because it just gets hot and it flies everywhere. But the DGP it clings.
Yeah.
Well, and even if the nice thing about this is that even when it does get on something, it's not harmful that way.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
that too.
That's,
Yep.
So
that's my
Well,
favorite thing.
Yep.
I was like, cool, I'm moving into the woods and I'm going to destroy it with all
Right,
these
yeah,
chemicals,
exactly. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and just the DGP existing made me feel better about like getting a tractor and like
yes.
and like if you tractor logging, there's like hydraulic leaks and stuff like that. Anything can
Oh, yeah.
happen. So like once you guys start getting more into that, that's a game changer. Cause
Yeah,
for
we've
sure-
got and that's our really our goal when it comes down to it is trying to we've got this product, we've got the bar oil done. What can we do next? Okay, we'll do this product next, and we and we keep adding to that portfolio because we want to try and make it to some point where we don't have to worry about the petroleum at all.
Yep, definitely.
But I mean, yeah, we use your degreaser all the time. That's like one of my favorite products.
I love the degreaser.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so good. I was telling Scott when he first sent me some of it to try out when they first came out with it, and I had one of our bathroom doors at the house was creaking all the time, and so I get up super early in the morning, so I'm trying to be super quiet and everything, and that's of course when it's loudest.
Yep.
Creak it. So I did a couple of squirts on it and let it sit for just a little bit, and then boom, like no squeak whatsoever. But the only problem was that I found out is that I didn't realize that I hadn't been latching the door all the way when I went into the bathroom because it was just it would catch itself, So then all of a sudden it's like now all of a sudden I realize if I don't latch it all the way, it's just going to swing open.
Yep.
So yeah, there was a side thing that happened there because of it, but it's that I love the multi-purpose. I mean, all the different products.
Yeah, it's all amazing. Actually, that's funny too with the multi-purpose. He told me to clean something on the mill, and then I was going like crazy with it. He's like, whoa, 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 like because there's some spots that need that tension or whatever, and he's like, you're gonna make that slippery.
She's going and trying to lube everything on the mill.
Yeah, well, I got
like,
excited.
Yeah, there are tension is a good thing sometimes.
Yep.
Sometimes you need a little friction.
Yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't thought about that part of it. Yeah, you
Yeah,
just
me either
go wild
until
with it. So, how if people want to find people who are listening to this or they're watching this or however they're seeing it, if they want to follow your journey, what you guys are doing, how can they do so?
Okay, well, I go by Lumber Barbie on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I'm not really posting on there anymore. My main thing is Instagram.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. And and it's really cool too because I mean you're showing there's like different technique things and different stuff that people like. One of the videos that I watched of yours that you got a project you were working on was the stairs. You were doing the steps that you were doing, and it was just cool. Like I was like, oh, I never really thought that that's how you would put steps in. You know, like that's a way to put as far as like pounding them. I'm just thinking like, oh, you make it flat and you put a thing on top.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah. Though I love that's my favorite. I love pounding rebar. I tried to like do on Instagram where it was just like strictly work stuff, and I'm like, wait, my whole life is work, and that's why I like showing little pieces of just like off-grid stuff and like, oh, hey, like you can do this too. It's really not that complicated. Well, it's hard, but it's not that complicated.
Right. Yeah. You're showing like if here's an idea of something you guys could do that it's going to be work, but you can do it.
Like I don't want to be like that's the one thing too with like people are like, oh, you're an influencer, a content creator. And I'm like, well, I'm not good at teaching people. I just like to like show. Because then a lot of people today have been asking, oh, do you have a YouTube? And I'm like, I have to have like half-hour-long videos where like I know what the hell I'm doing, you know? I'm still learning everything every day.
Yeah.
That's a good way to do it, though.
Figuring it out as you go.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, and kind of in closing, which that's a great segue. So, and I'll ask each of you the same question. We'll start with Tom, just because you're farther over that way from me. So, what would your advice be to folks who are thinking like, oh, I want to do this. I want to go out in the middle of nowhere and, and exist.
I mean, I don't even know. I spent a lot of nights just reading.
Yeah.
Everything I possibly could to figure out how to figure out alternative power, alternative water, and things like that. And not to mention all the Buck and Billy Ray videos to figure out how to run a chainsaw better.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it really just depends on your property and what your goals are.
Right. And I mean, if you want to live in the woods, you really gotta want to live in the woods.
I mean, keep your overhead low. Yeah. That's my thing. Don't buy animals right away. That's a huge thing. Like people get their land and they'll pile a bunch of livestock on it, and then they get overwhelmed and freaked out. Just ease into it. Figure out how to live there. Get yourself comfortable. Get yourself set up, and then you can start worrying about livestock. And
you got to worry about living first. And
because
then,
you do end up doing everything for yourself, and so it eats up your life.
Nice, yeah. I mean, obviously you're in agreement with a lot of what he said. Is there anything you'd add on to that?
Well, I mean, it's tough because I love the camp and I love going in the woods. And then we met. The first thing we did, we were just like hiking together and backpacking and all that stuff, and I didn't really think like, oh, like we should buy land, this, that, and third. It just kind of happened. But now when I talk to people, they're like, oh, you're living my dream and this, that, and the third. I'm like, well, if it's your dream, then you'd want to work towards it. Because now, it is like my dream to have a homestead off-grid for the rest of my life. I would never, ever want to go back to...
Well, so that's kind of the other thing, too, is you don't exactly get to live both lives. We also lost a lot of friends because we just couldn't go, and we used to go see bands playing music and go to restaurants and all that, but we just have too many responsibilities. And then you kind of like being at home more. You have more freedom, and you don't. It's I don't know. You just kind of got to adapt, and then it's sacrifice is what it is. You got to give up a lot if you want to.
Right.
Well, I'm glad you guys were able to make it out to the show here, and hopefully you enjoyed your
oh my
trip
gosh,
out.
yes, so glad.
For sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it.
course.
Again, thanks for coming out to the show, and
Yes.
thank you for being such a supporter of DGP too.
Oh, yeah,
really
of
appreciate it. I
course.
know you guys like the product, but at the same time, also you could like the product and not, never say anything about it. So
Well,
the fact
yeah.
that
Well,
Well, you guys are awesome.
like
Product's
Scott's
awesome.
a good guy, and
yeah.
he's like, like he's done a lot for us.
Yeah.
Just giving us stuff and like
Yeah.
opportunity, and like we're here because of him.
yeah,
So yeah,
No,
I
absolutely.
appreciate all that.
Oh yeah.
And
It's
like I
huge.
like his whole philosophy. He's like he wants to build his company. He wants to bring people up with him that are trying to help him. And why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Awesome.
important. We need people like that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, thanks so much, and safe travels home
Thank you.
on your way home, and looking forward to seeing more of your journey
Thank you.
from afar. So, and hopefully we'll get up there soon to be able to see it in person when
Yeah.
we're doing our travels.
That would be
there,
really
so, yeah.
awesome.
Yep.
Want to see that. So, all right, thanks guys,
Cool.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
This has been another Slick Minute. Thank you so much. We're out.